Hey, this is Mr. Warden. This is your pre-algebra exit ticket 26.2 video key. And I have a scientific notation and just general exponent laws problem for you. It's a little trickier than the one from the do now. But we're going to use the same basic approach. We're going to group our coefficients and group our powers. So I'm going to say 1.2 to the second times 1.5 to the third. And I'll have 1.44 times 3.375. Okay, I'm just going to put that in parentheses as well. So that's, actually move that back because that is divided by that. And then over here, I'll have my powers. I'll have 10 to the 18 times 2 times 10 to the negative 30 times 3. That's all over 10 to the 6th times 10 to the negative 60. Okay. Now, let's work this out. So first of all, I'm going to work out what each of these individual things are. So 1.2 squared is going to be 1.44. And then, there's 1.44 down there. Okay, we'll come back to that. So I've got 1.44 times 1.5 cubed. All right, let's see what 1.5 cubed is. 1.5 cubed is 3.375. Okay, so that's going to be 3.375. And then that's all over 1.44 times 3.375. Interesting. Okay, well, the 1.44 and the 1.44 are going to cancel out, and 3.375 and 3.75 are going to cancel out. So this is just going to be a big fat 1 over 1, which is just 1. Neat. Now over here, I've got 10 to the 18 times 2. So let's start simplifying. I'm going to copy pasta that so I don't have to keep typing everything. So that becomes 36. And that becomes negative 90. 3 times negative 30. It becomes negative 90. Down here, this becomes 6 minus 60. So that's going to be negative 54. Okay, so there we go with that. And now I'll go to the next row and sort out the next layer of that. Okay, so 36 plus, I've got 36 minus 90 here. 10 to the 36 minus 90 over 10 to the negative 54. Okay. So what is 36 minus 90? Well, 36 minus 90 is going to be negative 54. I will confirm that really quickly. It's always good to use a calculator to confirm things. Okay, I get negative 54. So there we go. That equals negative 54. And I've got 10 to the negative 54 over 10 to the negative 54. So that's 1. And that's 1. So my answer is big fat 1. If you wanted to write that in scientific notation, it'd be 1 times 10 to the 0. The 1 works. Okay, now let's take a look at the next one. Now I've got an x to the 1/2, an x to the 2/3. That's to the 1/2, that's the 1/2. So let's sort that out. So I'm going to have x to the 1/2 times 1/2. And then I also am going to be adding 2/3 times 1/2. Okay, that's my x stuff. Now I'm going to deal with my y stuff. So what I've done is I've organized all of the exponents dealing with x. X to the 1/2 to the 1/2, and x to the 2/3 to the 1/2. So I multiplied 1/2 times 1/2 here, multiplied 2/3 times 1/2. Since this is multiplication, I added those two products. Now I've got y to the 1/3 times 1/2. I'll put that in parentheses to group it. And I've got a y over here, which is to the 3/2. But of course, this is multiplication, so I'll add the exponents. So to the 3/2 times 1/2. Now I have all of that stuff organized. I'm going to copy pasta this all into the next row and start simplifying. So 1/2 times 1/2 is going to be 1/4. And 2/3 times 1/2 is going to be 2/6. I'll come back to that. 1/3 times 1/2 is going to be 1/6. And 3/2 times 1/2 is going to be 3/4. Now, let's copy that and start simplifying more. That's, of course, 1/3. And we'll go one more layer. Okay, so 1/4 plus 1/3, you may remember, is 1/12 because 1/4, I'm sorry, that's not 1/12. What am I saying? So I got to turn that into twelfths, which, oops, that's not 13ths. That's going to be 12ths, so 1/4 becomes 3/12, and 1/3 becomes 4/12. I'll have to put that together. And sixths and fourths, I'm going to be using twelfths as well. So that's going to become 2/12, and that will become, so I'm going to multiply top and bottom by 3, so that's 12, and that's 9. Okay, let's go one more layer. 3/12 plus 4/12 is going to be 7/12, and 2/12 plus 9/12 will be 11/12. And put all that together. Okay, and I don't need the grouping anymore. So y to the 7/12, so x to the 7/12, I mean, times y to the 11/12. And if it's useful to you, I'll put the asterisk in there to indicate that's multiplication, but you don't actually have to have it. Okay, and that's the answer. I hope that helped. Just let me know if you have anything that you still need to turn in and what you plan to do about it. Weight of the air, gravity versus electromagnetism, any of the you do quizzes. And I hope today went well for you.